Hey everyone, today I got a great question on the Facebook page from Mike Reinhardt, who asked, I'd love to know what happened to Tacoma guitars. I know Fender bought them, but why did they kill such an awesome guitar brand? I love mine in spite of the finish defect. The gloss coat is peeling something awful. Well, Mike, I put the Wikipedia page down in the description below so you could check out what they have to say about Tacoma guitars and their financial demise. But you specifically asked, what happened with Fender and why did Fender kill the brand? Well, that's not actually in the Wikipedia page, so I'll fill you in. The Fender interaction actually started in 1995 when Fender bought Guild guitars. They acquired Guild guitars and kept them until 2001 when they moved Guilds, shut down that factory, and moved it into Corona, California, where they make their electric guitars. Now, they did that to cut costs. The problem is, even though the original Guild factory did everything they can to help the Fender employees kind of learn the process of making archtops and acoustics, they didn't get it right. So in 2004, Fender found that Tacoma Guitars was in financial dire straits and acquired them. Now what they did is they moved Guild into the Tacoma factory, figuring they'd only have to teach the employees how to do lacquer and glued-on necks because Tacomas had a satin finish or no finish and bolt-on necks. This went on for a while until 2008 when Fender bought KMC, or Command Music. Now, when they bought Command Music, they were after the accessory division. See, Fender wanted the ability to sell picks and strings and all that stuff, and they needed a way to do that more efficiently than they were doing it currently. And when they acquired Command Music had already owned Ovation and Hamer guitars, which were built in Connecticut. And that factory is flat out owned, not rented like Tacoma's factory in Washington. So they went ahead and moved the Guild production over to the Connecticut factory. Now, the issue was, at that point, Tacoma was only making a couple models, and they weren't widely successful in a global market like the other brands that Fender had been dealing with. So at that time, even though they said they were going to teach the employees and do Tacoma in that factory, it never came to fruition. They even talked about doing the Olympia brand, the import line at Tacoma, and expanding the imports, but that never happened either. In fact, what ended up happening was Fender eventually sold Guild and then closed the Connecticut factory. So it sounds calculated and mean, but really it was just a bunch of weird coincidences that lined up that happened this way. Fender wasn't really going for any one specific thing. Obviously, they're dealing with, if you look at the timeline, they were dealing a pre-recession boom, which then they wanted to grow, a recession when they wanted to shrink, and then an after-recession, which is really they didn't know what to do. So those economic events, plus just change in management at Fender, unfortunately killed Tacoma. If you check out the Guild history page on Wikipedia, there is some information that will tie in some of what I said, but again, you still need this for the gaps. Well, Mike, thank you for the cool question, and as always, know your gear.